Is the stock market going to crash soon? That's what we will figure out today. Hey everyone, this is Super Swing Trader. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, this is the stock market and forex trading channel that you need to subscribe. I am a supply and demand trader using price action to trade stocks and forex. Let's take a look at the first market, the S&P 500. It comprises of the top 500 companies in the United States. Now, this particular chart is the weekly chart. So every week, every candle represents 1 week of time. So in the previous month or two, as we've been analyzing this ETF or this market, we said that there's a strong area of demand here and the price retrace. It did. And then this is not demand, but it pulled back to this area and rallied some more. Now, is it going to crash? We don't know, but it's a clear uptrend and it's very bullish. So for it to crash, we need two things. We need overextension or we need poor demand areas. And this one, I would not say that it's poor. It's a pretty good one on the larger time frame. It's a pretty good one. If it wants to retrace back here, this would be a good place to go long. Just remember, I'm not a financial advisor or professional trader. So if you want to make any trading decisions, you have to do that on your own. Don't blindly follow anyone's trading strategies or signals. So if the market wants to drop down here, this is a good buying opportunity. So you can see there's a very strong impulse up. On the daily, we said that this was the zone to go long, and it did. It worked. And then it just continued to go higher. Sure, there's zones created on the way up, but these are okay for intraday trading zones, but longer term they're not. So on the longer term time trades, we need to go longs down here where we require a larger retracement. Now, I don't trade this in particular until it has some retracement down to these levels. Then I will look to go long. But I analyze the overall market of the United States, and then I buy and trade or establish my bias using the US markets, the three largest or the three markets that the whole world follows, to make my trading bias on the other stocks that I trade. And then there are stocks that I analyze on a daily basis to see where the probabilities are. So let's say that the United States markets, and even for the whole world in that regard, the whole world's markets are bullish, then I'm bullish as well. But I buy on the pullbacks on other stocks, not on this, because I'm waiting for a bigger retracement to down here to go long. But it's gonna take a few weeks to do that, so I pick other stocks that have retraced back to the necessary zones, and I go long on those stocks. So that's just a little insight on my trading strategy. Some people were asking, when the stocks crashed, was I hurting? Was I not trading anymore? No, this gave me the best opportunity. I made the most money I've ever made in the 3 years that I've been trading. Alright, so let's take a look at the other one. So the S&P 500 waiting for a bigger retracement down here to go long. Next market is the Dow Jones, the top 30 industrial stocks of the United States. And so last week we mentioned that this was a good zone to go long. It never retraced. Still a good zone to go long, I believe. Yes. So same thing with the US S&P 500 stocks. This is a good zone to go long. You can draw down here. This is it's good. It's decent probability. Yeah, basically same thing as the S&P 500. We saw that when the markets crashed, the Dow Jones was the lagging of the three that did all-time highs. The other two did all-time highs already, but this one was lagging. But eventually, it made its all-time highs as well, because all companies are intertwined. There's no separate companies. If S&P 500 is going up higher, Dow is most likely going higher too. When all markets going higher, this is most likely going higher as well. So we trade supply and demand. So we know that, when there's engulfing candles, there's bullish signal. That means that the big hedge funds, banks, institutions are buying heavily. So that's where we want to be buying heavily. Now, we don't want to chase the markets, and we don't want to be the liquidity for them to get in and out of their trades. We want to go with them, not against them. So as they're buying up and the price is moving up, no more buying. We want to buy at wholesale when the price retraces down here. Okay, so that is the Dow, same thing as the S&P 500. Let's take a look at the Qs, and then we will be taking a look at the Russell. So the Qs, these are the tech companies, so to speak, of the United States. So as you can see, strong area here, never retraced. Same thing here. It's probably the best zone is to go long somewhere around here, but as you can see, it's super overextended. This is going to be the first one that crash, if it does crash. The daily, there's a strong level right here, so if it pulls back here, this is a good strong level to go longs at on the lower time frames. If I was a day trader, I would be looking to go long down here. Okay, so that is the analysis on the Qs. Now let's take a look at the Russell. This is the top. These are the 2,000 smallest companies. So this is a good area to go long. Right here. Let's see. Yep, good area. It's pretty overextended as well, but you can see that this is a good area to go long. Bullish bias on all ETFs of the U.S. stock market. Now the Dow and the S&P to me, those are the two that will not crash as hard as this one and the Qs, just because, as you can see, super overextended. Such a strong move is unsustainable. It's gonna want to pull back sometime, and when it does pull back, it's going to be a very strong and violent crash. It's gonna be something like this. So we're waiting for that. And when that happens, we will go long here, for example. And when everyone is out of the markets, we will be in. All right, so that is it for this analysis. If you got value from this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and click on the bell so you get notified of new videos I release in the future. I want you to transform your charts into profits and build a life you love. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.